Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Mark. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. First of all, thank you for giving this opportunity to get a feedback from your side.
Oh, my
Uh,
pleasure. No problem.
mhm. Mark, the purpose of today's meeting is to know about your experience with Constant while working over your project AirborneTickets.com.
Okay.
My first question is about AirborneTickets.com. What this site is all about.
Um, Airborne Tickets is an online ticket agency,
Mm-hmm.
specializes in delivering delivering digital content, barcodes, event
Mm-hmm.
tickets, digital media, music video, ebooks, things of that nature, to end users and consumers. Our special niche or special niches are is that we can deliver the content to the mobile phone,
Mm-hmm.
um, and as well as do all the other customary types of ticketing that are available to the market. So we're one of the forefront. We're
Mm-hmm.
at the forefront of the mobile transition, mobile
Mm-hmm.
revolution, etc.
Okay, great. So where did you get this idea from?
Um, actually, I owned a nightclub up until last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a little disenchanted with my ticket company. Took them a
Mm-hmm.
long time to send me my money, so I just started researching new ticket companies and found out what was going on in Europe and Asia, which was mobile phone ticketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to a couple of companies in the UK and throughout Europe who were doing it. No one really had a presence in the United States. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell? I'll do it myself. And went to Elance
Mm-hmm.
and put a bid out. Talked to Manish,
Mm-hmm.
had a few conversations with him, had a few conversations with a few other developers, and
Mm-hmm.
decided to go with Konstant.
Okay, great. So what was the main factor which helped you to take your decision that you would be going with Constant for this project?
Um, they gave me well, I felt really good about talking to Manish.
Mm-hmm.
Was probably the primary motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like he took the time to hear what I was trying to do. He was able to grasp the concept. Um, he he gave me professional written documents recapping everything we discussed. But I think the main thing is I felt comfortable that Manish could deliver the vision that I had and translate it into a website and a functionality that actually worked. So while I'm speaking English, he is hearing text or code, you know what I mean, and making it become what I was envisioning. So he convinced me that he and his team could do that. So that's really what it was about.
Okay. How was your experience with the development process?
Um,
How do you
well,
used to get regular updates? How do you used to get feedback?
the development process was fine. I think that you guys work a little bit different than I was accustomed to. This is turned into the biggest project that I've ever done, and we're not even halfway there yet. And it looks like one of those projects that probably doesn't really have an end. It's just something that's going to keep evolving and getting better as we get better minds and ideas behind it. But I think that the biggest thing was kind of coming to a common understanding and a common rhythm. Tanuja has been my developer from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very patient. Um, so over the last year and a half, 2 years, we've developed a pretty good communication style. She's learned to understand that when I say something, that it might mean five other things come along with it. And I've also learned that when I ask for something, I need to be as detailed as possible about what it needs to do, how it needs to do, and that kind of thing. So I think initially the issues, if you even call them issues, they weren't issues. It was just kind of learning, feeling each other out. I think, that process was a big part of it, is just kind of understanding how I need to communicate what I want, and then them learning how to hear what I'm asking for. So.
Okay. If we talk about communication, what was the main channel of communication? How do you used to communicate with team? Was there any proper arrangement for that? How do you?
The primary communication method is online, instant messaging. I do think that conversations would probably be a lot more effective, especially with Skype. The few times I have talked to Tanuja on the phone, we've gotten it done in 5 minutes versus, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of flushing out an idea or talking through it. And sometimes, instant messaging is good because it gives you time to think before you say something. You have time to edit it before you kind of put it out there. So I think both are effective depending on what your process is. But I think in expressing an idea, I think that Skype, video, talking through something can be a much more efficient way of communicating what the intent is and that type of thing. So I think that from a cost standpoint, since you guys are paying your developers by the hour, it would be a lot more efficient if you gave them access to video or phone conferencing more. I think that would be a good thing.
Okay. How do you used to keep track of the progress? Like the project is going on. Was there any system to keep track of the progress, where you can see what has been done and what is pending?
There is a process that Konstant has, and that they strongly recommended that I use, but and it was I can't remember what you call it, but it was a system where everything was kind of captured in one place, and
that's my project desk.
Right, yeah, my project desk. And so that's nice if you're a developer and you need to reference everything. But my ideas come in the middle of the afternoon when I'm driving, or when I'm walking down the street, or when I'm sitting down watching TV. So to log into my project desk and jot it down isn't practical for me. So I find that email is probably the best way, because I can fire off an email to Tanuja or to Manish and say, hey, what about this, or what about that, or whatever, and I know they get the information, that type of thing. My project desk, while in the big picture is probably more efficient, I don't know that it necessarily is best suited for how I function or how I think.
Okay. Did you find any difficulties due to the different time zones?
Yeah, that's probably the one recommendation that I would make in regards to what Konstant really should consider in improving your service. I think if you're going to deal with international clients, or I won't even worry about international clients. I'll talk about me. We've had a few incidents where the site has gone down, and it's always on the worst possible day. I sell tickets, so it was New Year's Eve. Something happened with the site. Everybody's out on vacation. I got all of these clients, which were a lot for me, being a startup. They can't sell tickets. My phone's ringing crazy, and I'm not able to reach anybody. And I think that as my company grows, I can't afford an exposure where I just can't reach anybody, And so as my pool of clients becomes worth more and more money,
Mm-hmm.
You know, a mishap like that could cost me thousands of dollars and potentially clients
Mm-hmm.
who are looking for a stronger support mechanism. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think since Konstant is the cornerstone of what I'm building,
Mm-hmm.
then they have to be a solid support network for me because I really don't have anywhere else to go other than you guys because you guys are building the site.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that if you're going to plan on keeping my business and actually other clients' business
Mm-hmm.
as they grow and mature and expand, you guys got to figure out a way to make that happen.
Definitely, I'll make a note of it, and we'll try to find some way out. Mark, as we know that we are getting globalized, business have no boundaries today. Due to the different culture, due to the different background, do you find any difficulty while communicating to team or anybody from Konstant? Any communication gaps?
No,
Because most of the time we came to know that clients face these kind of problems. Uh, the person in front of yours was not able to understand you. Have you ever faced such kind of issue?
well, I think initially, the accent
Mm-hmm.
is a little bit to deal with, but once you talk to someone regularly, and I think that this is what I like about I've had the same people. Like if I'm on the phone, typically I'm talking to Manish. Every now and then I talk to Vipin, but pretty much my phone contact is with Manish.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's with Tanuja on the phone, but my online contact is with Tanuja. So I'm comfortable with speaking to them. I'm comfortable with their rhythm and their slang and all of that stuff. So I think the best way to deal with that is to just make the experience consistent with the people you deal with. Once you talk to somebody over a period of time, you kind of learn how they communicate and vice versa. So
Okay.
So at this point, I don't consider it an issue at all.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the most important factor of any service, that is cost. Do you find Konstant is cost effective? It's really worth investing money with Konstant.
Say that one more time.
Is it really worth investing money with Konstant?
Yeah, I've been doing it for 2 years. I don't have any plans on going anywhere. So I think that, and this actually is not my feedback. This is feedback that I've gotten from some of my American vendors.
Mm-hmm.
When they look at the code and they look at the functionality, they say it's as good as anything that they've seen. So price point, cost effectiveness, and all that is very good for the quality of quality and knowledge and skills and abilities that you get in working with Konstant. So.
Okay, thank you. If you have to rate Konstant on a scale of 10, how much would you rate?
Overall, I would call it about an 8.5. And if you get the overnight, I would call it a 10. If the overnight support, I'd call it a 10. But overall, everyone is very professional. You guys are a very professional organization. Very patient. Do your research. You're very good at really flushing out the idea before doing the work, which saves everybody a lot of headaches and that type of thing. And I think again that goes with building a long-term relationship. You make an investment in understanding what the client wants, then you can do a better product for them. So I get that consistently from Tanuja. I get that consistently from Manish. Everyone else I've worked with at Konstant, either on a consulting basis or brainstorming a new possible product, is very good at listening and doing the research and saying, you know what, this could work this way or this won't work that way, that type of thing. So.
Okay. One final question. If you would have to define Konstant in one word, what would that be?
You mean is there a particular category or just
it's
overall?
a little bit tricky question. If you look at your experience with Konstant, what word comes to your mind?
Partner. I think partner would be the best word.
Okay.
If I was going to think of another word, I would probably think of the word friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I use them. I kind of use them interchangeably because I think a partner is somebody you're committed to doing business with. A friend is somebody who's looking out for your best interest. And so I think that, you know, when you have to hand over your ideas, and which really, for me, this is hand over my business and trust somebody with it. You can't do business with them without them being your friend. And based on the fact that Konstant has been a part of it from day one, they're really a partner in this. So my success is tied to their success and vice versa. So those would be the two words I would go, even though you asked for one.
Well, that's really a huge compliment for us. Mark, this is all from my side. Is there anything else you would like to convey to Konstant?
No, it's just been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to work with you. I plan on keeping the relationship going, and thank you for everything you've done so far.
We are looking for the same. Thank you, Mark. Thanks a lot for your feedback, and you have a good night ahead.
Okay, take care.
Bye.